Yo, what is good with you though? I'm finally on the new computer that you guys helped me get, so thank you so much. Just wanted to keep you guys updated. There was just so many things going wrong. Like I had to replace like 3-4 parts. My mouse stopped working, but I'm finally good, and we can finally crank out these videos that I owe you guys. Speaking of videos, I was gonna upload some Reborn today, but when I transferred the files from my old computer to my new computer, the save file didn't work anymore. So I'm trying to fix that, but once I fix that, I'll upload some more Reborn. But for now, we're gonna have some good old-fashioned Wi-Fi battles against my boy PK. This is against my boy PK. He's using a rain team. I'm using a sun team. I don't think none of our teams are like super duper serious. They're still viable competitively, but they're not like the top things you can possibly use. Like PK's using a Cobalion, I'm using a freaking Darmanitan. Even though Darmanitan is a motherfucking monster, you already know, get hit with all of that. But anyways, without further ado, let's hop right into this battle against my boy PK. It's a pretty good one, for once. So, let's go ahead and lead off with my Darmanitan, the man. Anyways, he's gonna lead off with his Skarmory. He's using the popular set. It's Custap Berry. So what Custap Berry allows you to do is go first when you're low on health. So basically, he's guaranteed to set up at least 2 of his hazards, whether it be, Stealth Rocks and Spikes or 2 layered Spikes. So he's gonna go for the Stealth Rocks now. I didn't want to go for the Flare Blitz because I didn't want to bring him down to his Custap Berry, even though I could have very easily done a lot of damage to him. But I decided to go for the U-turn because I can bluff the Choice Scarf. He's not gonna know what item I have. I actually have a Choice Band on that thing though. But anyways, I U-turn out to my Ninetales and I go for the Will-O-Wisp and I fucking miss. And I was pretty upset about that because now I'm gonna be forced to go for the Sunny Day. And, you know what? It's not really a big deal because I'm pretty sure I would have gone for the Will-O-Wisp and the Sunny Day right after that regardless. But the thing is that I missed the Will-O-Wisp, so he doesn't have any damage on him right now when I would have been able to have taken 24% off of him in 2 turns and, been that much closer to winning the Weather War if I, didn't lose my Ninetales. But now I'm going to go out to my specially defensive fortress, so I was doubtful that Hydro Pump in the rain, even though he is a Hydro Pump in the sun, even though he is a Specs, Politoed will do that much to my fortress here. And as you can see, his Focus Blast doesn't do very much to my fortress either, because I am specially defensive. So I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball, take about half off of his Gengar. Here, luckily for me, I do dodge the, I said dodge, he didn't miss, I dodged that shit. I'm the skillful one around here. Anyways, I go for the Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes are going to help me, and I only wanted 1 layer up because 1 layer of Toxic Spikes is going to allow me to, take 12% off of the Pokemon that he has in, rather than 6, then 12. So if they're only in for 1 turn at a time, it'll be, more damage over time. But luckily for me, I go for the Rabbit Spin instead of the Gyro Ball because I thought he would switch out, not wanting to lose his Gengar so early. But it actually turns out that he has the Destiny Bond, so I'm really glad that I didn't go for the Gyro Ball. So I'm going to go out to my Yummy, and I'm going to go for the, he went for the wow, I can't even talk. He went for the Destiny Bond yet again. I'm going to go for the Roost because I thought he might want to switch out to his Politoed. What I could have done was gone for the Dragonite and then the Roost, but I don't really need to do that just yet. It's not really a big deal at the moment. I don't need to set up. I don't need to do anything, especially since he has that Skarmory. It's not really worth it, and I don't know what moveset it has. So here I'm just gonna go straight for the Dragon Claw, trying to get damage on that Politoed so I can be that much closer to winning the Weather War once again. But he goes right out to a Skarmory, and he actually goes for the taunt here, and I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't expecting the taunt. I was pretty certain that these things ran Whirlwind. I didn't actually know the full set, but now that I know that they run taunt, I can use that to my advantage later on. So I'm gonna go for the U-turn because my attack got taunted. I would have set up my Stealth Rocks there if I wasn't taunted, but I had no choice but to switch out. So here I'm gonna go out to my Bagpipes. He goes for the Brave Bird. Luckily for me, since I am specially defensive, I'm specially defensive, so I didn't think I'd be able to live 2 of those. But luckily for me, after the leftovers, I'm definitely gonna be able to live another one. So here he goes for the Spikes, and I went for the Rabbit Spin. I pretty much had to go for the Rabbit Spin. And my mindset here was that since I had to go for the Rabbit Spin, he would think that I wouldn't go for Rabbit Spin because it was too obvious. I thought he might think that since he knew that the Rabbit Spin was too obvious, that he would go out to his Gengar, and that I would not want to go for the Rabbit Spin and go for the Gyro Ball instead, predicting the Gengar to come in. But I just went for the Rapid Spin. So the obvious move was actually the more in-depth move this time around. So he went for the Brave Bird, did a ton of damage to me. I was gonna go for the Volt Switch here, but I would much rather him kill my Fortress than him have rocks on the field by me making a mistake and going for the Volt Switch on the Skarmory. So he's just gonna go for the Scald on my Bagpipes with his Politoed. Take me out. That's a date, nigga. And his Politoed is getting worn down now. You guys can see that. So I'm gonna go out to my Venusaur here. I predicted to switch to either his Skarmory or his Gengar. So I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder because I was pretty certain that none of the moves I have on my Venusaur can kill this thing from where he is, especially since I don't have a Life Orb. I have leftovers on this thing. So I got the Gengar asleep. Now here, this move was really obvious. I went for the Sludge Bomb. I was thinking he might switch back to his Skarmory and that I could kill the Skarmory with an HP Fire after he switched it in. But after I looked at his team again, I realized that he did have this Cobalion. So that was just a bad move on my part. I was going to switch to my Gliscor, but if I had switched to my Gliscor, that would have been perfect because I would have been able to get up my rocks. But now I switched to my Gliscor. Now he switches to a Skarmory. He thought that he was going to be able to get up his rocks here. But I do have the taunt on my Gliscor, so he's not getting up shit. I'm going to switch out directly here. I didn't go for the U-turn because I didn't want him to be closer to getting his Custap Berry off. So now I'm going to go out to my Dragonite. Take this opportunity to set up a couple of Dragon Dances. Unfortunately for me, he does get the critical hit. Now I thought this was going to be really bad because I thought that his Cobalion was going to be Choice Scarf, but it was actually better for me because his Cobalion is not Choice Scarf. It's actually Swords Dance with Iron Head, Close Combat, and Stone Edge. So what this is going to allow me to do is get up a Dragon Dance. I do have the Roost on this thing, so I'm going to be able to Roost off all the damage. So basically the Stone Edge wouldn't have done much. The Stone Edge that he's about to go for. Wait, no, sorry. He goes for his Swords Dance here. Sorry, he went for Swords Dance here. So I guess he predicted my Roost. Goes for the Swords Dance. And I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake. I don't have many attack EVs because I have so much speed and so much HP. But it still does a lot. But unfortunately, like I said, since Cobalion is such a bulky Pokemon, it's not going to die. But luckily for me, I dodged the Stone Edge. Yep, dodging. I throw rocks in my Dragonite every day. And he dodges all of them. So what's a Pokemon battle? Stone Edge to my Dragonite? Nothing. Yummy, delicious, nutritious, Cobalion blood everywhere. So I'm able to take out the Cobalion. Now here I make a stupid play. He goes for the Stealth Rock, and I went for Roost. Basically that was a dumb play because, as a matter of fact, okay, well my mindset was pretty bad during the battle, but that was a dumb play because if he went for Taunt, I still would have had +1 speed after the Taunt and just being able to kill the Skarmory with a Dragon Claw. If he had gone for the Brave Bird, I would have roosted off the day. My mindset was that he was going to go for the Brave Bird so that he could bring in his Scarf Keldeo to kill me next turn. So I went for Roost in case he went for Brave Bird, just so that I could, have my multi-scale still intact when he brought his Keldeo in. But the correct move to make there would have been Dragon Dance by far, because I would have been able to set up on the Skarmory. His Skarmory wasn't going to be doing that much damage to me. I would have been able to roost off all the damage he was doing to me. But anyways, he's going to outspeed my Dragonite, get off an HP Ice. He was bluffing. He told me that he had Icy Wind on this thing, so I went for the Dragon Claw instead of another Dragon Dance. But I don't know, I just messed up really bad. This is why I can't talk to people on Skype when I battle. Anyways, he goes for the HP Ice, so switching my all of that. I knew he'd bring in his Gengar, so I went for the U-turn. And I didn't want to be caught staying in with my Darmanitan while he brought in his his Politoed or something. I didn't want to be stuck in Flare Blitz, so I went out to my Gliscor with a U-turn. I'm going to set up my rocks now because the rocks are going to help me kill his Keldeo and damage his Politoed just a little bit more. And damage the Kyurem B if he decides to switch out and back in. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to be able to do 12% there instead of 6 there. I'm going to go for the Earthquake, and it does a lot. It did a lot more than I thought. I just wanted it to do enough to break the sub. But it actually turns out that he's slower than me because this is actually one of PK's friends' teams, and it doesn't really run the optimal speed for a Kyurem B. It runs 265 instead of 285. So that's just really stupid. I don't even know what to say there. But I'm able to damage the Kyurem quite a bit before he takes me out. So here I'm going to be able to annihilate anything that comes in. But unfortunately for me and for you guys, he brings in his Keldeo and it dies before I'm able to hit it with a Flare Blitz. But here, I should have just oh, wait a minute. You already know the deal. His Gengar is asleep. I'm about to hit him up real quick.
Hit him with all of that!
Damn, it's hot as fucking. I ain't talking about the Flare Blitz. Blue Snowball melting. Anyways, he sends out his Politoed. I'm gonna hit that up too. We don't care about rain, bitch.
Hit him with all of that.
Now, I really thought his Politoed was a goner, but it lived just with a little bit of HP. But that's still a massive amount of damage. You guys gotta realize this is in the rain, water Pokemon, fire move. I took like 46% off this Politoed with a fire move in the rain, and it's a water Pokemon. But anyways, I'm going to be able to finish this up with my Ninetales. My Ninetales does run in just enough speed to outspeed the normal Kyurem B speed. Whatever number it hits, it runs a little bit more just to be able to outspeed it. So in the sun, with the Fire Blast, I'm going to be able to take out this Kyurem, and that is going to be the game. Chris, why'd you get PK garbage ass team? Don't be doing that, big dog. Don't be doing that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out my boy Pokemon King for Life. His link will be in the channel description. He's funny as hell, and he's a bitch. So yeah, you get the best of both worlds from both sides of the spectrum. Hit that subscribe button, click that like. What's good with that Cypher 2013 though?